Hello, my name is Bastian Baur. I'm a global head of digitalization IT with Adragos Pharma, headquartered in Munich, Germany. Adragos Pharma as a company is a so-called CDMO, so contract development and manufacturing operations. We're focusing on small molecules business with 7 sites globally, mostly in Europe and Japan. There are actually 2 flagship projects we did this year, one of which I would mention our ERP project in Greece, that we're still in the last steps, but so far it's very successful. It's on time and budget, which is always great. And then second of all, which I also presented here on the AUTOMA this year, is our OEE project, or pilot, I would say, that we performed in Leipzig in our German site, where we very successfully implemented a hybrid approach in an OEE, so equipment efficiency, where we used one off-the-shelf product to measure 2 major lines, and then we substituted this by a Power Automate app that we built ourselves to also include the smaller lines, to have one central dashboard and reporting to showcase all the KPIs. The key message for the audience, I guess, is that it's always good to start and to learn on the way, and not to build the perfect IIoT solution, to focus on all the perfect sensors, edge devices, etc. But really go for it, take the people on board, bring them to the table, start and find a very pragmatic solution, because here you can really get fast results, insights, have a steep learning curve, and this enables you to actually really develop and continue your project, which we now, after this pilot, are also rolling out in our company globally, going from site to site, now in Japan and France as well. The session which I liked most this year at AUTOMA is so far from Boehringer Ingelheim yesterday. We had a workshop there. It was about digital twins. They showcased how they mapped out their processes, how they plan their manufacturing site, their maintenance cycles, and how they managed this approach. And this project was very insightful, and actually got me thinking for how we could also implement something like this or go in a similar direction. The biggest shift I foresee, or that I see in pharma right now, of course, is AI. Everybody has to say that right now, basically. However, I think what we can really see, or what I can see, is there's a big difference in the focus where companies are looking at. So many pharma companies, of course, are looking either at the research part or at the customer part, as this is for sure the areas where is the biggest leverage for AI applications or use cases. However, we as a CDMO are mostly focused on the development and mostly the manufacturing. So here we are trying to find a slot in the middle for some AI use cases, starting with topics or projects like Adragos GPT, where we rolled out a LLM or multiple LLMs for our whole group, and we actually do have an adoption rate of over 50% of all employees at Adragos Pharma already utilizing this. But then we're also focusing, of course, on very specific use cases in the shop floor, whilst, of course, this stays challenging with all the GXP regulation that we need to comply with. For the next years, in terms of what to expect or how to manage this, it's really hard to say. As the last 2 years were so rapid in development, and we expect that this path will continue. I guess the key message here, the key point to look out for, is how does the FDA, the EMA, how do the regulators and the auditors work with the AI topic? How are we able to implement it in reality in a GXP environment? Because so far this is still very challenging, I would say. AUTOMA Congress is important for pharma professional, well, because of course it is focused on pharma first of all, so it's really industry specific, which for me is really a winning point, but then it really also focuses on the digitalization part, and here we have experts and colleagues around that, really from research, regulatory, manufacturing, quality, and in the direction to the customers. So the whole stack, basically, everybody's here exchanging, and this is a big plus to learn from each other, to share insights, but also to meet up in person, as this is always way nicer than just having Teams meetings.